All right, so for this one, we are putting our equation from yesterday, the y equals 2x squared minus 12x plus 11, and then the one we got for our answer on number 12, which was this one. We're going to go type those both on the Desmos. So let's see what I have. I don't have either one of them typed. Okay. Oof, not right. No. Minus 12x plus 11, and then I want to, let me reset this to home, by the way. Then I want to type in the one from number 12, which was y equals 2 parentheses x minus 3 squared minus 7. Notice when I did this, the red one is on top of the black one. So let's go back to the paper, today's paper. These are the same graphs. Okay. It wants us to find the vertex of the parabola. So on Desmos, I just go back, let me move this up a little bit, and I click the vertex, and it tells me right there. So it's 3, negative 7. Okay, and we need to describe the relationship between the 3, negative 7 and, nope, the values of h and k, which are not on the screen. Notice h was 3, k was negative 7. So the vertex is hk. So this is summarizing what we talked about yesterday, that the vertex is the turning point. So you plug into the formula, you get negative b over 2a, and then you take that and you plug back into your original equation. So we're going to do the same thing for number 4 that we did on number 12. We're going to find our a, b, and c values. So a is negative 0.015663. B is 1. C is 6. The reason B is 1 is because there's a secret variable out front. Then I need to plug in to find h. So I have h equals negative b. So my b value is 1 over 2 times a. My a was that. That's a 5, not a 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I am not going to do this one by hand. I'm going to go to Desmos and type that in. So I have negative 1 divided by, negative 1 divided by 2, and then in parentheses, negative 0.015663, which gives me 31.9 for h. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and plug back in for x. So I have negative 0.015663, 31.9 squared plus 31.9 plus 6. And I want to type that into Desmos and use that as the calculator. Negative 0.0156663 parentheses 31.9 squared plus 31.9 plus 6. So notice this rounds to 22. So my vertex here is 31.9 comma 22. Number 5 wants us to use the graphing calculator to find the vertex of the equation and round to 2 decimal places. So let's clear everything out. And we'll write it again. Oops. Negative 0.015663 x squared plus x plus 6. And we want to go find our vertex. Ooh, it's purple. And my paper wants me to write this to 2 decimal places. So I'm going to write 31.92, comma 21.96. Okay. That was it for number 5. Number 6 wants me to see how number 5 compares to 4. These just round, so they are the same. Okay, let's move on to the back. What is the practical meaning of the vertex in this situation? It doesn't tell us that we're still focusing on the shot put, so it just tells us it has a maximum y value of 21.96 at the x value 31.92. Because it doesn't have any context, it's not related to the shot put anymore. Okay. This tells us the axis of symmetry. So if I look at a parabola, an axis of symmetry is the imaginary line that cuts it in half where I can fold it over onto itself. This is also the x value of our vertex. So on number 8, when it asks us for the axis of symmetry of the shot put function, it's going to be x equals, and then the x value of my vertex, which was 31.92. Okay. The y-intercept of the graph can be determined by plugging in 0, or in general, more specifically, it is just my c value. My screen froze. There we go. So the number 9 wants me to find just the x-intercepts. So we need to look at the graph again, and I'm looking for where it crosses. It crosses at negative 5.52. Oh, and it doesn't cross at 70, my bad. It's 69.37. Okay. If we go back to our paper, it's asking if either x-intercept is a solution to the problem. So only 69.37, because you can't go back in time. Remember, our x-axis was time. On number 11, it wants us to use values of a, b, and c to determine the coordinates of the vertex of the graph. So we have to find a, b, and c. A is 1, b is 6, c is 12. Then I plug into h equals negative b over 2a. So my b was 6, a was 1. I have negative 6 divided by 2, which is negative 3. Then I want to go plug that back into the equation. So I have y equals negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 plus 12. Then I want to go back and I want to go on Desmos and use it as a calculator. So I have negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 plus 12, which gives me positive 3. So my vertex is negative 3, 3. The h value always goes in first. It wants me to decide if the vertex is above or below the x-axis. My y value is positive. So it's going to be above.